Welcome. Today I'm going to go over the BT Volleyball Camera application, which is an all-in-one application you can use to record your volleyball games as shown here with Score Overlay. You can get it on the Apple App Store. Also, it's available on the Android Play Store as shown here. Optionally, you can control the camera remotely with the BT Volleyball Controller application. And also optionally, you can synchronize the camera to a scoreboard, and that's the BT Volleyball Scoreboard application as shown here. It's also shown here on the TV. This is the BT Volleyball Scoreboard application. Okay, today we're going to focus on the BT Volleyball Camera application solely. You can take that application by itself to the gym to record your volleyball games with Score. Again, the remote controller is optional, as well the scoreboard is also optional. Okay, so with that said, here is the camera recording application with the Score Overlay here. And we're going to look at the top left icon first. This is your connect icon. So let's say you have that optional scoreboard. Then by opening that menu, you will see that your scoreboard is automatically detected, and you can connect to it by clicking on the Bluetooth button. Optionally, you can connect with Wi-Fi as well. All right, so let's close that. Now our camera should be synchronized to our scoreboard. And the next button here is to choose your Score Overlay style. So as you can see, when I click that, my style changed here. And if I click it again, it will change to another style, and so on. So there's a few styles you can choose from. I'm going to toggle through all of them for you to see at the moment. And today I'm going to go with the full form style that shows you all the sets, scores for each set, as well as the total sets won at the end here. Okay. The next icon here is your paint palette, which you can use to change the color scheme of your Score Overlay. So by clicking it, you can toggle between different colors like white and black, or all white, or let's say, for example, transparent color here. All right, so we're just going to go with the black and white color scheme for today. Next icon here looks like a little droplet. That's your team fill option. In order to use that, you want to first set your team names and your team colors. So to do that, let's skip that icon for now and choose this image looking icon. That image icon will allow you to select the home team logo as well as the away team logo. And like I mentioned, to change your team name. So let's change the team name to, for example, Texas, and let's make them a nice burnt orange. Okay, and then for the away team, let's choose, or not choose, but let's call them California. Let's make them blue. Update. And as you can see, this is synchronized to the scoreboard here since we connected to it earlier. And I'm not going to choose any logos for now. Or actually, I can say show team logos to no. Let's say you don't have team logos, so you can hide team logos on the Score Overlay. And winding back here, you can select your watermark logo. So let's say your league has a logo, then you can select that there. Okay, so we're just going to leave that at the default. Click OK. And now you will see the Score Overlay is updated with team names and the colors. So let's rewind one step back and look at that droplet button that I talked about earlier. If you click that, then it will fill the Score Overlay with the team colors, depending on the level of fill you choose. So here we're choosing, I believe, like a medium fill. If we do a full fill, then it's going to fill the entire Score Overlay. For today, let's just go with the minimal fill, which just minimally fills the color there. And let's look at the next icon here below the image icon. this icon here is where you can select your overlay text banners. So let's say you want to put your league name below the score overlay, then you can do that here. So let's call our league the Super League, for example. Super League. Alright. So by doing that, if you can see on the bottom here, it says Super League. You can have multiple text. So if you put in multiple text, then it's like a text slideshow. It's gonna, every few seconds, change the text below the score overlay. All right, and finally, the last icon on the left here is your advertisement slideshow. So let's say your league has sponsors, or let's say there's things you want to advertise in your league, then you can select images here that during timeouts, it will play a slideshow of those images that you selected. Okay, I think this is a very neat feature, especially if you have sponsors. Okay, on the right here, we have at the top our settings icon. And in the settings here, the summary will show you things such as the warm-up duration, how many sets are in the match, points per set, and so on. Okay, and you can edit these by going to the edit settings menu here, and you can pretty much fine-tune your game settings to whatever your league needs are. We also have presets here. Let's say for beach volleyball, we go to beach volleyball, then the match and sets here. If we look at the set count, it is 3, points per set is 21, and so on for beach volleyball rules. All right, so let's go back to indoor rules where we have a set count of 5 and so on. Let's go to the timeouts tab real quick. So a feature the app has is to be able to manage the timeouts of the teams. So here we're saying that the duration of a timeout is 30 seconds and technical timeout is 1 minute. So let's say if you want to have the app automate performing technical timeouts, that's also available. All right, going down here, we have timeouts per set to 2. And down here is where you can enable technical timeouts, where let's say the first technical timeout is at 0.8, second technical timeout is at 0.16. All right, for now we're just gonna say no for that since we don't want to enable that, but again, you can enable it if you wish. All right, so that's the settings menu. Below that is your audio menu. You can, let's say, turn off the audio or mute the microphone. Let's say during timeouts you don't want to record the sounds in the game, then you can mute that, or by clicking it again, just unmute. All right. Below this is the resolution and frame rate settings. And finally, below that is your quick settings for your video parameters or your video settings. And here we have a few options such as auto start, stop, record. This feature, when the game starts, then it's going to automatically start recording so you don't forget to hit the record button. All right. You can also select, let's say, if you're saving to a file, you can break up the file by set or by just the full match. All right. That's available here. And down here, you can select, as I mentioned, if you want to save to a file, or if you want to live stream to, let's say, YouTube or Facebook, or if you want to live stream and save to file to have a backup. All right, in another tutorial, we'll go over how to set up live streams, but basically you just have to enter the RTMP URL and stream key and you're ready to go. All right. Down here is a bit more advanced settings we won't go over today. You just leave that at the defaults, it should be fine. And we'll just click save and close. And with that said, let's see if there's anything else to go over here. If you click the volleyball icon here, all right, these are the in-app score controls. So let's say if you didn't have that remote controller with another device, you can control the score directly within the camera app. Also control managing which set we're going to, timeouts, and so on. Okay, so here we're going to start the warm-up timer. Alright, so we have our timer set to 10 minutes for the warm-up. And as you can see, since we have auto start enabled earlier, then the recording automatically started. Alright, if we want to exit the warm-up early, or let's say we don't have warm-ups for some reason, just click start first set to exit that early. And on the left here you have your home team controls. So by clicking +1 or -1, you can control the points for the home team. On the right side you have the points for the away team, so +1, -1 can control that. You have your volleyball looking icon here on the left and the right side to control who has the serve. Alright, and moving down, finally we have the timeouts button, so you click that. Then we're going to go to timeout. So if you look at the scoreboard, here we have the timeout timer, and if you look on the score overlay, we have that timeout timer shown here as well. And this is very convenient for the league organizers to be able to manage the timeouts directly within the app, so you don't have to have an extra person, let's say, with a stopwatch. Alright, so that being said, let's click, or let's wait for that to expire, and we're automatically in the set again. So let's say the home team, or Texas, is doing real good, and they reached 25 points. So as you can see, in the settings we said that each set has 25 points. So when 25 points is reached, we have a confirm set 1 button. If you click that, then we're going to go to the rest time between the set, and this is set to 2 minutes at the moment. So if you look on the score overlay here, we have a 2-minute timer for the rest, and as well, if you look on the scoreboard, we have that 2-minute timer. And let's go to the next set. So let's just exit that, go to the next set. Another feature, let's say, as we know in volleyball, got to win by 2, so let's say the score is 24-24. Alright, now if California scores 25, we're still in the set, but if they score 26 now, then we can confirm that that set is won, okay, because we won by 2. Alright, so by confirming that, we go to the rest period again. And it's a very simple app that just kind of manages the flow of the game. Click next. We're just going to finish out this game. So let's say Texas wins set 3. Let's say that California wins set 4. And then finally, let's say in the last set, we go to 15, right? And this is set in the settings. All right, so we go to 15, and we get the confirm match completed button. Click that, and finally we can exit the game. Exit the game, and that will automatically stop your recording. Okay. So that is, I believe, pretty much everything to mention about the BT Volleyball Camera application. Again, you can download it on the Apple App Store for iPhones and iPads. As well, you can download it for Android devices on the Play Store. Okay, next time I'll go over a detailed tutorial on the remote controller and as well the scoreboard. And until then, thank you very much. Please check out the apps, and I hope it helps out your volleyball games.